Oh. Think stream's working? For some reason, Twitch is not. Don't know why my Twitch stuff isn't working. Weird. Huh. Yeah, it's a little weird. RTMP. RTMP. Huh. I am not sure what's wrong now. Strange. Well, I guess we just won't stream on Twitch then for now. That's fine. Not that big of a deal. Hey Kai, welcome. How surprised you're the first one here. How are you? I am alive. Hello. I'm so sorry if my hiatus has like completely made people disinterested in me currently. I am back though. How are you? How are you doing? Might be unfair to mark this as a Mass Effect 2 stream, so we might end up just doing more just chatting than anything. I don't know. It's fine. It's whatever. It's whatever. Missed me? Oh, thank you. I missed you guys. Egg! With simply just the name Egg. With Leon S. Kennedy OG Resident Evil 4 as the PFP. He had been messing with me, but hey, I'm alive. Hey, good for you. How you doing, Egg? How you doing, Egg? We had withdrawals. I think you might have had withdrawals. But yeah, I'm glad to see you guys show up. Okay, alright. First story of a couple that I have from the past 2 weeks of not being around. I hate ISPs and their technicians with like a burning fucking passion. I fucking hate them. I hate them. They're the worst. Good. I hope you are well. Yeah, I am well. I was very tired today. I slept terribly last night. Well, I wouldn't say terribly, but I woke up a bunch last night. And then I was up super early. Well, not super early, but I was up for D&D. And then because my sister was getting off work a couple hours after D&D, it was just, my mom was like, hey, could you just like stay in town and not come back home because, you know, we're a little bit out of town. It's like you just stay with like your brother who lives in town for a little couple of hours and then pick up your sister and then come home. So I went to their place and then they gardened. So I had lunch with them and then I spent my time gardening with them. And then there was that, and then I got my sister and I drove home and I watched stuff with my family, and then by that point I was very fucking tired. So I napped for like 2-ish hours before stream. So I'm still slightly tired from that. But outside of that, I'm good. I'm a small amount tired. Did you need to know all that information just for me to conclude it with me a little tired? Not really. But I'm not very good at shutting up. Original story I was intending. I don't like ISPs and their technicians. They're annoying. I swear to God, they hire the most annoying people on the fucking planet. So, internet, where I live, don't got a whole lot of choices. Once again, I live in the middle of fucking nowhere. And so there's only like 2 or 3 choices, and I don't think any of them are like big corporations that like you would recognize. And so we have probably the best one. Boonies, Jingo, Boonies. My bad. I usually say Boonies. I'm a fraud. I lost all my lingo in my 2 weeks away. My bad, chat. Sorry, I don't have my brain rot of a fucking dialect, as per usual. My weirdly southern dialect that even though I'm not that southern, but whatever. And so, so yeah, only have a couple of riders. We definitely have the best one, and when we first got internet here, it was okay. The problem is it didn't really work for anything upstairs because the router's on the first floor, the ground floor. And so they ended up getting us a booster, and then that helped a lot. So they have a booster upstairs that's hardwired to a router. I'm like, okay, cool, awesome. And then things worked better. My sister kind of continually had problems that I didn't have, but we'll get to that. And so that's cool. It's like, all right, sick. And then where was this going? It was good for a while. I did run into some issues where I wanted to do port forwarding and look at the way our router is set. And then I noticed our router looks old as fuck. And secondly, I can't get into the bad boy. I was like, that's a little weird. And we end up talking to the ISP about it, and they're like, oh yeah, we lock that ourselves so people can't get in it, but it's okay, you can just like call us and like whatever you want to do, like we'll do it for you. I hate that. Dude, I don't want to be behest to some fucking random technician in this town who, 1, you never know is when he's gonna fucking be available, and 2, when I will randomly decide I want to do one thing, maybe test it out for like 10 minutes and then revert whatever I just did. right? Like, I don't know what fucking random thing I'm gonna want to do. Yeah, you need to tinker on your own terms. Exactly. I am a inventor. I'm a smart person. I cannot be contained by your little box ISP. So that annoys the fuck out of me. And then recently, and this ruined family plans, just to, by the way, what I'm about to tell you, the router just kind of kicked the bucket. Like, it was working, but it was not working all that well. And so we get to the problem. We call the ISP, and we're like, hey, we got a problem. Router's effectively pretty much non-functional. They go, okay, well, we'll get you a new router. We can just update your router. Which is something I already asked for, by the way, in the past. And they told me to go fuck myself, practically. Which, yeah, right, cool. Well, I already asked for this, but... and they're like, yeah, we'll update you a router. You'll get a new one. And we're like, oh, fantastic. When's the technician gonna be here? And she goes, oh, he's not in a spot where he has service. So we don't know. We're like, okay. Do you know what he's working on and when he was expected to be done with that? No. Do you know if he is, like, doing anything else today? No. Right, so basically, to guarantee that this works out, someone has to stay home and not go on the family thing that we're supposed to go do. Missing a very cool family thing just because. And we're like, okay, can you guys like fix it like the day after? Oh, I don't know. You know, like the fucking Knuckles rating meme. Oh, I don't know. Completely up in the air. Yes, maybe, no, who the fuck even knows? Right? And it's like, okay, so the only way to guarantee that, and then if that doesn't work, we can't get him until like next week. Right? So it's like, so we either risk not getting him until like next week, or someone stays back and just bites the bullet and doesn't get to go. I argued so much with my mom to let me stay back and not her, but she was, I guess, not gonna have that happen, so she ends up staying back. Very annoying. Problem gets fixed, and I'm like, sick. Very cool. And, you know, we come back, problem's fixed, and I'm like, awesome. I go over to my computer, then like next day or same night or whatever. Throw on my computer, check my, go to connect to the internet again. And, I only notice one SSID. Only one connection. And I'm like, that's weird. There's only one thing to connect to, which is weird because we're supposed to have two. We have a 2.4 gigahertz signal and a 5 gigahertz signal. So where's the 5? Because I'm only seeing a 4. I'm like, that's weird. It appears they forgot. Because, well, pretty much every other internet service provider we previously had would do the fucking stupid, dumbass, head-ass, retard thing of having them be named. They'd have them separate, but they'd name them the exact same thing. They would have two that are named the exact same thing, right? So then whatever device you're using, phone, smart TV, Apple TV, Roku, whatever the fuck you're using, it just is it reads two networks that are the same exact name, so it shows them as one, and then that causes plenty of issues. Which I don't understand. If you work in, like, if this is your job, right? You do this for a living to do this. How do you make that mistake? How dumb do you have to be? I just ponders the question, how are you that stupid? And also, I was afraid they did that again when they're just playing on your downfall, seriously. And so I'm like, okay, well, this is fucking weird. I check my speeds, and I'm like, this is... I would typically get, like, 150 down. I don't really care too much about my up. My one, you know, I would get okay up, but really what I care about is my down, and I would only get, like, I would get, like, 150 typically. Mbps. Under the new stuff, I was like getting less than like 100. I was like, this is fucking weird. And I was a little suspicious because I'm like, that's like lower than like the 2.4 speed, right? Because 5 gets you more speed, but it doesn't go as far and blah, blah, blah. Where, you know, or 5, sorry, it gets you more speed, less range. 2.4 is more range, less speed. And so I'm like, that's weird. Not even the 2.4 was this bad previously. Likely meaning the booster is not functioning. Or the new equipment is just that fucking bad. So we contact the ISP and they're like, yo. And my mom's like, yo, this shit's not fucking working. Out of curiosity, could it be the booster? Right? Is the booster not compatible with the current router? Like, what's going on with that? Could that be it? And they're like, you have a booster? And we're like, yeah. What do you mean? Wait, what do you mean you have a booster? Question mark. They're like, are you sure you have a booster? We're like, yes, we are very certain that we, in fact, have a booster. You're the fucking people that put it in, stupid. And they're like, huh. Are you really sure? Because, like, in our systems, it doesn't say we got you a booster. We're like, yes, we are extremely fucking certain that we have a booster. You put it in. You put it in. You did that. And so they send a guy out. And I ask my mother, like, hey, they didn't split the 2.4 and the 5 signals. Can you please tell them to do that? Right, can you just tell them to do that? Which, by the way, if I had access to the fucking router, I could do it myself, but they won't let me do that. But I go, hey, can you do that for me? Can you just tell them? So that way they'll do it. And she goes, okay. And so when she's having the same conversation about the booster, she goes, hey, can you split the 2.4 and the 5? And they go, oh, well, you know, we don't think you want to do that. Oh, that's like, you know, in technology these days, you know, we just set them as both as one, and then, like, it'll automatically decide which speed, you know, which devices should get on which network automatically. You know, we don't, you know, we're not going to do that. We're not going to split them for you. And my mom, knowing nothing, goes, okay. They said big tech words at me. I don't know what that means. Okay. And so I'm like, hey, you know, and so like a little bit later, I'm like, hey, noticed the stuff isn't split yet. What's up with that? And she tells me that they gave her the rigmarole, and I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake, dude. Please do not fucking listen to them. Do what I tell you. And she's like, yeah, well, that's what they said. And I'm like, okay, well, that's annoying. And so she's like, okay, well, I need you to be here and available for the internet guy to come here, do the new booster, set it up and all that, and then you can talk to him about the stuff. About the bands. And I'm like, okay, fucking goddamn. Alright. So I do that, show him to the booster, and we're sitting there while he's working on the booster. And I go, hey, by the way, would you mind splitting the bands for me, the 2.4 and the 5? And then he basically gives me the exact same, he's like, oh, I don't know. Gives me basically, effectively, the exact same speech they gave her. And I go, interesting. And so he gets to the end of setting up the booster and he goes, do you want me to still split the bands? And I'm like, at this point, right, like, I'm fucking so tired of basic level fucking IT people who don't actually know IT at all. They just go off of what they're fucking told in the script they're given. Or talk to fucking idiots exclusively. And then when literally anybody else talks to them about whatever and like actually knows things, you're still either an idiot or they just don't give a fuck and they're stupid and they work off of their fucking corporate given checklist. I fucking hate that. And so I'm like, okay, hold on. I'm like, all right. We're gonna let this guy fucking shoot his shot on why. So I basically look at him and go, you know, convince me why I shouldn't. Convince me. And so his whole fucking excuse was, well, you know, it'll auto decide which one should be on which network for you. And, you know, if you're on, like, your phone and you go out of range of the 5, it'll automatically switch to the 2.4, you know. And then, you know, what if you come back closer? It won't auto switch to the 5G. Oh, no. And I'm like, yeah, split the bands. Thank you. Have a good rest of your day. Now get the fuck out of my house. Just the fucking weakest baby bullshit fucking sell on why I should not do that. And like I said, as a tech guy myself, there's fucking no reason you should fucking split your bands. Unless you are like the most afraid baby, I don't understand how this works, so do it for me. There's just not a good reason to split the fucking bands. Right? We already had the goddamn problem previously with the device deciding which one you should get access to, right? We've already had that issue. Do you know what it did? Is it would constantly switch every device back and forth constantly and would cause issues because your device is constantly changing speeds and it would cause you massive fucking problems. I want to be the fucking one to decide whether it goes 2.4 or 5. I want to make that decision on every single fucking device because all of them will pretty much be set to one or the other and never fucking change. So, and I talked to all my fucking like vaguely no tech friends and they were all like, you know, what the fuck? What? Why would he not split the fucking bands? Why would he fucking argue about that? It's so fucking cringe, nay, baby. That's what he was. So fucking stupid. So anyway, that probably went on way longer than it needed to be, but yeah, that was the ISP story. I'm so so very, very overdealing with those people. I don't understand them. I don't understand how they apparently have enough tech experience or a degree or whatever to work there, but yet don't know anything. It's so fucking annoying. It sounds like you really need to get that out. Yeah, I've talked about it like what I've given my friends the spiel once, but holy shit, dude. Oh, so annoying. I can actually talk about why I was gone for 2 weeks now. I can actually talk about that. Now that I actually have, because I did one stream during the 2-week hiatus. Actually, I did one really short one because I was really fucking tired. Basically, what I was doing is a friend of mine who goes to the D&D group. By the way, we can talk about D&D today because that was fucking insane. My friend from D&D, one of my friends, he had to go out of town with his girlfriend back to their home state. I'm not gonna say what state, but back to their home state. It's not that far away. It's that far away because we have to go through the entirety of our state to get to their state, but it is drivable. It is drivable. And it was drivable, and I think in one go if you didn't stop. And so they needed to go do stuff and leave town, and they went, hey, would you be willing, and they think it was going to be last minute originally, and they're like, hey, do you think you'd be willing to, you know, feed our cat and, you know, make sure our snake and our gecko has water? And I'm like, oh yeah, easy, yeah, I can do that for you guys. They're like, cool, it might happen really soon, so, you know, just be aware of that, and we'll only be gone for like 3-ish days. You know, 3, maybe a couple more. Like, oh yeah, easy. And then a couple days pass, and then I get another text, and I'm like, and they're like, hey, we know you have dogs. Would you be comfortable with dealing with a dog if we got a new dog before we left? I was like, yeah, I like pets. Pets like me. I mean, sure, fuck it, why not? And they're like, okay, cool. And then there's kind of radio silence for a while. And apparently, what I didn't know at the time, what happened back on their end, letting it told until after the fact, is they went out into town to kind of prepare to go on this trip or something. I don't know. I don't remember exactly what the reasoning was. And somehow ended up at a fucking shelter, or saw it online, I don't know, whatever. They end up seeing a dog that they really like. And they go and meet her, and they really like the dog. And so they're like, fuck. Alright, well, we gotta get this dog before it's gone. And so that's when they tell me. And then they get told, they do all the paperwork and stuff, and then they get told, oh, someone else got the dog, sorry, not you. And they're like, oh, and then they're really sad about it for a little bit. And then like 3 days before they're and so then they change the plans, and they're not gone for a little bit of time. They're gonna see all their old friends and all their old family, and so like their trip kind of extends to be like this 2-week thing. And then like 3 days before they leave, they get the call, like more like 4. They're like, hey, we fucked up. The dog's still here. No one technically is actually supposed to have the dog. Do you still want it? And they're like, fuck, dude. We're supposed to leave, but if we don't get it, it'll be gone. So they end up getting the dog. And now I have to deal with the dog with an extended amount of time than I'm supposed to originally. Because they're not willing to walk back a lot of their, you know, pre-made plans or whatever. And so like, hey, you willing to do that still? And I'm like, yeah, I'll do it. I mean, they don't really got any other fucking choice, so I kind of have to help them. And so basically what they got is they got this adorable, so fucking cute, Aussie Shepherd, Australian Shepherd. fucking adorable dog. Oh my god, she's 2 years old, and she is a, like, previous breeding dog. And so, you know, she'd kind of... Apparently, her story was rather traumatic. She was not apparently handled very well and blah, blah, blah. And had spent basically her entire life in a cage or whatever. And so it was not, you know, her story was not very nice. And so this dog is extremely fucking timid. In fact, where's my phone? I might be able to get one of the pictures I took. Anyway. Yes, hello, okay. Yep, And so, she, you know, she's very timid, kind of scared of everything, everyone, kind of deal. And so, I go over for them to show me the ropes of how they handle everything. And so I can meet the dog. And, you know, the dog kind of sits in her little pen and doesn't really come out to talk to me much. I kind of sit next to her and, like, pet her, but she's not really all that interested in it. And I'm like, okay. So, their cat loves me. I think I've talked about it before. I have a bit of a reputation where animals really like me. I have a very... animals like me a lot. They typically like me. I'm friendly. I give them rubs. They like me. They like being around me. I've been to cat cafes with girlfriends before, and all the cats like me and don't really care about them, and then my girlfriends get mad at me. Like, I've dealt with that before. That is something that actually fucking happened to me. And so... green flag, such a green flag. Women don't say that constantly. Where it's like, oh my god, green flag. Oh my god, they're so hot. Oh my gosh. It's like, I don't know. You fucking, I don't know. What the dog doing? Probably sitting next to me. I don't know. Cat probably in my lap. Like, what do you want from me? I don't know. I think the fucking animals are mind readers. Just know. They just always fucking like me. I don't know. I was somewhere. Anyway. So, their cat's easy. Immediately likes me. No problems there. His name is Timmy. And then we got the dog Abby. ABI. And I'm like, okay, cool. They leave. I rolled in a little bit after they leave because they didn't want me there when they left. For the dog, I don't know. I roll in after they leave. Abby's sitting there in her pen. Crack that bad boy open so she can leave if she wants. And, you know, there was kind of some, like, up in the air, oh, you know, we're kind of sleeping with her. We're not necessarily certain if we want her alone, but, you know, I know we're asking a lot, so we don't know what you could achieve. Like, I was kind of originally planning to be there the whole 2 weeks. And for not to, like, put them on blast... But for multiple reasons, because of the way they kept their house, I did not want to sleep there. And so, day one, you know, Abby's a little... oh, she's weird for a little bit, right? I open it up, and I sit on the couch, and she sits in her pen with the door open, and I sit on the couch, and I just kind of do things while she kind of decides to come out on her own terms. So that was kind of what they recommended. And I'm just sitting there, like, reading, like, the written instructions they also gave me, just in case, you know, there's anything I don't remember or whatever. So eventually she comes out, and I'm like, sick, we can go outside now. I try and get her to go outside. And then she's like, nah, I'm going back in the pen. You cannot put a harness on me. And I'm like, okay, well, the problem is I really gotta take you outside now. So we're gonna get this harness on you, unfortunately, whether you like it or not, because you need to go outside. Get the harness on her. She acts a little bit more normal. Take her outside. She has a little, you know, she has a little bit of fun on the outside. In a little yard. And then we come back inside, and she kind of starts to warm up to me. And this was the last time this dog ever fucking doubted me as her best friend. Because from henceforward, this dog loved me. I mean, fucking pretty immediate bond. This dog adores me, right? I would show up to the house in the morning, open the door, and she'd be, you know, screaming in excitement that I was there. I would let her out. All she would do is try and jump into my lap while I'm standing, you know, going fucking crazy. She was one of those dogs that when she got excited, she whined, which was really weird. And that whine, that excitement would sometimes escalate into whining, really loud, high-pitched barks that would blow out my eardrums, and I would be like, okay, I'm petting you, I fucking get it, Jesus fucking Christ, please don't do that again. And I would sit on one spot on the couch, and I kind of accidentally trained her to sit right next to me for cuddles, because that's what she liked. So I'd sit on the couch, and she'd immediately jump up and, like, sidle next to me, like, squish right close next to me, and then lay down in the morning. And then their cat would hear me, hear all the commotion, their cat would come out, and their cat would lay on my lap, right? And they're both cuddled into me, and so we'd sit there in the mornings, and then, you know, we'd go about our day. But I mean, this dog was attached at my fucking hip the entire time, right? She got she liked me way more than her owners, much faster. And so we just became friends pretty much immediately. That dog adored the shit out of me. And so we were fucking turbo buddies for, like, pretty much the entire trip. And so yeah, that was kind of what would happen. I would go there really early in the morning, like 8 a.m. And then I would leave at about anywhere between 9 and 10 p.m. Right, that was kind of the deal. Let me see if I can get a picture of the dog. She is so cute. She's a little cute fluffy baby. Can I download you? Organize, share file information. No, I would like to download the picture of the puppo. Leaving us for a cute dog is acceptable. Yeah, she was kind of a cute bean. I called her many things. She had many names. Abby the Wabby. Abby McSlabby. Any other completely random set of words I could do. Abby Tintons. Aberdeen, which is apparently a city in Scotland. I just made that word up for me. Let me see if I got... Oh, she's a big dog. She's a big dog picture. I don't think there's anything incriminating of me or the owners. This was Aberdeen, Abby Wabby, Abby McSlabby. That's the spot she always would sit in. Next to me. I just backed up a little bit so I could get a picture of her. That was supposed to be my pillow, but I swear to God she used it more than I did. That is Abby McSlabby right there. With little heterochromia, fucking dual colored eyes. She is not a very big dog. Australian Shepherds are typically much bigger, but she was not very big. But she's so cute. She's a cute little bean. Ah, look at her. She's such a cute little Amber. And so yeah, that's what I was doing, is getting up really early in the morning, staying there as long as I could, and then leaving, being very tired, only being up for like you know, an hour or two before I would go to bed. So that's why I didn't stream or anything. It's because literally I was with this fucking dog. Like 13 plus hours a day. So that is why I was so gone. We can scoot Abby down. She can sit next to me. She sat on my right technically, but she's gonna sit right there. She's gonna sit there for now. And so yeah, she could be a little bigger. She can be a little bigger. Swoop. There you go. She can sit right there. So that's what I was doing. Dealing with their snake and their leopard gecko and the fucking cat Timmy and Abby McSlabby over here. And so even when I'm gone, apparently she still lays in this spot. She's apparently goes straight to that spot to this day. They sent me a picture. They sent me a picture of her asleep in the exact same spot. Apparently this is just her spot now, courtesy of me, because that's just what I've done with the dog. I do have a video of the cat and the dog laying with me. I have a video of it. I just have to debate. It does feature Jingo thighs, so I have to decide how I feel about that. Oh. I would like to I would like to bring up another picture, but my phone is being a little dumb. I am normal and can be trusted. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that one, chat. Let me fucking upload this picture of a cute dog to Google Drive so I can fucking put it on my computer. You motherfuckers. Hopefully that worked. This cute picture of her sleeping. Why let me download picture? Google Drive. You try to stop me from showing cute picture of dog. This might not actually work, unfortunately, because it's saved as a weird file. Yeah, it's not working. God damn it. Save as a normal fucking file type, please. Dog.png. Where's dog.png? Not working. I hate the way fucking I'm neurotypical, so it's totally fine. I don't think that's true. I press X to fucking doubt. I don't know about that one. I don't know. I don't know about that one. Hold on, I gotta go change what fucking pictures Drive is allowed to fucking see. This Drive's being a little dumb nay, baby. How to access photos? Oh my god, fine. You can fucking have access for all the fucking photos. I don't give a shit. Just let me fucking upload cute dog picture. Fuck you. They must have the dog. I can't send that one without stuff without the positive percent got my face on it, but these two can get sent. Okay, hopefully this will download correctly. Anywho, so yeah, that was the dog. Yeah, it wants to save them as a fucking weird ass file type that I'm just not a fan of. So I don't know what the fuck a file type is. I've literally never heard of that in my life, but I've had this exact problem previously. Can I just open the picture in a different tab? Would that work? Is there anything incriminating I need to worry about here? No. Okay, we'll just do it this way. Let me studio mode this for a second while I figure out the... Oh yeah, showtime. Alright, I remember I made a thing for this. This is fine. I can show that. I can show this. Whoop. This is Abby asleep. This is Abby sleeping next to me, like usual. Look at the little Abby. Look at the little Abby, little snoot, little snub snoot. Got the snub snoot revolver nose. You know, cute smiley eyes. Oh, she's so cute. Oh, look at her. She was a little destructomaniac while I was there. Problem with this, the dog. So, problem. I accidentally put her over chat. Shit. Abby, yes, you had to lay on your canonical correct side of me, I guess. She does not like being alone. And so, anytime I wasn't there, she would attempt to break free from whatever she was being confined in. And then would basically destroy, like, one thing. Right? That was her bit. She would escape, destroy a singular thing, and then she'd be cool. So she broke out the first time. She was in, like, this big furniture thing that had, like, was big, like imagine a giant dresser, but instead of having, like, drawers or anything, it was hollow in the middle, throughout the whole middle, like, basically just had the tabletop. And then the underneath was, like, a little cage, like, little slidey wooden doors, and then metal bars. She punched out? I think she did it with her paws. Or she yanked the thing. I don't know. Either way, it's kind of impressive. She knocked out a whole ass bar from this thing. And I mean, it was like cheap aluminum, right? Like I could bend it. But I'm a 210-pound man. This is like a fucking 5-pound dog. Alright? So like, what the fuck? How is she breaking bars like this? I don't know. But anyway, so she breaks out and she escapes. So day 2, she had broken out, and I'm like, oh, fuck, dude. And she, like, ate stuff. She ate part of my instructions and other things, and I was like, oh, fuck, dude, that's not good. Oh, shit. And so it's like, okay, it's fine. And so I call them, and I'm like, hey, Abby broke out, and destroyed some stuff. Nothing of value, but, fucking what do you want me to do? And he's like, well, I mean, as long as she can't, like, escape the house, and there's nothing, like, dangerous for her to eat, I mean, maybe just don't contain her while you're gone. And I'm like, I feel about that. I don't know about that one. And so I do that for a little bit, but just every fucking time, she fucking eats something. And so, you know, I'm like, alright, I gotta figure out something. And the other thing they suggested was, oh, cover the hole that she escaped through the first time, because knocking out a singular bar made a big enough gap for her tiny little fucking body to fit through, like, pretty easily. because she's so fucking small. And so I was like, fuck, dude, alright, big cardboard box, and then put a super absurdly heavy thing that she cannot move on the other side. So she's cannot do that. Well, she just goes out and she goes to the other side and just knocks out another bar, and I'm like, fuck, dude. And so while I'm trying to, what we ended up doing is I ended up getting a little family crate that we had. Love a smart queen. She's not smart. She's just, like, she's defiant. She won't give up. She doesn't stop. She's not that smart. She's just will not give up. Right? She sits there and, you know, punches these metal bars with her fucking paws until her fucking paws bleed, kind of just overly fucking determined, and also a bit of a spaz because she's a dog. And so I get one of my crates that my family has, and of course it's fucking gross and it's falling apart, so I have to like blast this whole thing down, and right, like, I'm on a timer, right? Like, she's free because I can't I can't put her in anything without her damaging more stuff. So, like, I'm, like, trying to do this before she does anything fucking crazy. So, you know, I'm, like, trying to clean this thing, and then it doesn't have zip ties, which hold the top and the bottom together. So, like, I have to use, like, twine to, like, tie it down. And fucking, you know, get it all, whatever. The abdominal dog spirit, for real. Seriously, the dog got that dog in her, you know what I mean? She got that dog in her. And so, yeah, I end up kind of jimmy rigging this thing together, setting it in, set her in it, leave for the night, come back, it worked. And I'm like, oh, we've solved my problem. And so then we do it again, and then she broke out somehow. I come back, and the door is just open. And I'm like, okay, well, how the fuck did she achieve that? How'd she open the door? It's a dog. She can't open doors. What the fuck? Basically, what ended up achieving is that the top half had some give. Had a little bit of give. And so if she just, like, climbed on the door and, like, lifted the top with her head, she could push it open and it would just swing open. And I think I didn't get it fully latched on the bottom, so she only had to unlock the top half. So she gets out. I put her back in, and I'm like, okay, well, that was weird. Hopefully that was me fucking up and not her escaping. Come back tomorrow. She somehow, I know how, she did the same method, right? But because the bottom was this time locked in, instead of the door just opening, it doesn't just open. So what she does is she fucking stomps it down, uses her body weight to bend the metal. I don't know, something along those lines. But anyway, the top half of the door unattaches, and the bottom half stays attached, and the whole door metal bends down towards the ground, and then she escapes that way. So I re-bend the metal back, which, by the way, this was not easy to bend metal like theirs. This was solid fucking metal. So she fucking really worked to fucking bend that. My dad buys zip ties, so that way, you know, we don't have to do the twine method. Buys zip ties, comes over, we reset the metal, we zip tie the thing shut. Oh, and after she got out, when she bent the fucking metal, she started limping. And I'm like, shit. And the people I was watching the dog for are very fucking lovely. They're great people. But they are anxiety-ridden little spaz people who freak out and blah blah blah. So I was really worried that if me telling them about anything that went wrong would be a problem. And so I'm like, Okay, well, I can physically feel that Abby has not broken any bones in her paw that she's limping in. And there is no visual damage, right? But she is sensitive about the paw. And noticeably limped more the closer it got to me leaving. I fucking noticed this, and I still can't guarantee that that's what she was fucking doing. But I swear to God, chat, I would show up in the morning and she'd be perfectly fucking fine. Right? She'd be perfectly fine. Then, once it was getting around time for me to leave, suddenly she's got the biggest fucking limp of the century. Right? Won't walk on as, oh, I'm dying. Oh, how will I live? Kind of limp. Which suspiciously was never there the rest of the day. Maybe it showed up like a small amount, right? And she'd be like a little preferential about one paw. But she would get super fucking dramatic levels of injured around the time I would leave. And I don't know if it was her being extra dramatic to get me to not leave because she likes me, or if it just genuinely got worse by the end of the day. But where that dog is in that picture, she did not leave that spot. I fed her, she went into that spot. We'd go out and hang outside for a little bit. We'd come inside, she'd sit in the spot for the rest of the day. I'd feed her, we'd go outside again, and she'd go back to that spot, right? She doesn't fucking walk. The dog did not use them paws, all right? So I don't know how it would randomly get worse by her sleeping the entire day. Little fucking suspicious. And so yeah, she would just fucking get extra dramatic. I'm convinced of it to make me stay, which never worked because I need to fucking sleep and shower and do literally anything else than watch this dog. So that's what I needed to do it. Oh god, but I need to do fucking laundry. And so yeah, and I did notice eventually on her paw, basically it looked like she just like scratched off or rubbed off, probably from punching things to escape. Just a small part on her on one of her pads, on her little toe beans. She just like rubbed one of it off, like a little bit of the skin or whatever it is considered. It's basically she just rubbed it raw, basically, which probably like burned a little bit to walk on. But she was fine. She stopped limping before I was left, before I was done. Yeah, and so after we fucking locked in the fucking thing all correctly, she did not escape. She was once we got that all done with the zip ties and shit, she never escaped again, thank the fucking Lord, because who the fuck knows what she would have eaten while I was not there. Yeah, that is the story of Abby McSlabby the Wabby. And our little escapades. She was very much, when I left, right, when her owners came back, we were talking about how things went, and I went to leave, she shot up on that couch and was like, where the fuck are you going? Where you fucking leaving me with these people, right? Because as far as the fucking dog knows, I live in that house, right? Like, she practically fucking thinks I live there. Because all she's experienced since she got picked up is me and that house. Right? So she basically thinks I live there. So when these new people, quote-unquote new people, that she would, recognize, suddenly are in the house, and then I'm leaving, she's like, wait a minute. This feels wrong. My person is leaving me with these two random people. This feels wrong. But they updated me. Apparently she's doing good. I don't think she's ever as close to them as she was with me. Like I said, we would have fun. She would roll around for me. I'd rub her tummy. She'd be happy. She'd be all cuddly. I'm not so certain she's had the same way with me as she was with them, or vice versa. She's with them the way she was with me. I think she was still more. She's more bonded to me still than them, unfortunately. But I'm very sad. I kind of miss Abby. I'm not gonna lie. Not only is she adorable, but she was kind of the perfect kind of dog for me. She was exactly what I would have wanted out of a dog if I was like living alone and wanted a dog. Abby is like the exact fucking kind of dog I want. She is small to medium-sized dog. Small to medium-sized dog. She's fluffy. She's very cute. Quiet. Well-mannered, right? She wouldn't stomp on me, you know, she'd be very, you know, cognizant of where I was and to not step on me, and would cuddle very nicely. Turbo fucking lazy, so if I sit in one place all day, she is more than happy to sit in one place and just sleep next to me. Right? Like, just like, to a fucking T, like, perfect dog for me. So I'm very sad I no longer have Abby with me, but, you know, she's, in fact, not my dog. And so, yeah, I miss having Abby. Like I said, if I lived alone, I would want a dog just like Abby, pretty much. She was such a good dog. The only problem is fucking feeding her, dude. She got way too... She could not wait for me to finish putting all of her food in the bowl before she'd try and eat it. That was the one, which was really funny, because, you know, I'd start putting food in the bowl, and she'd try to go after it immediately. I'd be like, no, Abby. Right, I was trying to, like, train her to, like, sit and wait until I put all the food in it, and then when I give it to her, she could go dive on it. And so we'd get to a point where, like, I have the food filled, but I'm trying to make her, like, be good and sit before I give it to her. And she would try and, like, you know, go down, and so I put my hands in the way on her chest to try and stop her, right? So she couldn't bend down anymore. And what she'd do is she would lean into my chest, lift her legs up torpedo style, and just lean into my arms. And so she's just like hovering right above the food with my hands holding her up, and she's just like trying to fucking torpedo reach with her snoot to get the food. Like, I'd have to just, like, you know, complete training her on not being a spaz about food, and then bam, she's fucking borderline a perfect dog. I don't know, she sounds like you're a dog, dude. Abby's my dog in spirit. She got that, I got that dog in me, and she got that dog in her, you know what I mean? Yeah, that is Abby McSlavey the Wabby. The reason I was gone for 2 weeks on hiatus. So I hope that was a good enough reason, chat. I hope watching the cute bean was a good enough fucking reason to not really have any time to record or stream. I apologize, which is really fucking annoying because I have everything for the video. I just wasn't able to get it out before I had to do this, right? Script's done, thumbnail's done, like everything's ready. I just had to record and edit, and I just could not get it done in time so I could put the video up to release while I was gone. I tried, it just could not, it just did not happen. So now that I'm finally free, that video can get recorded and edited and come out finally. So that video will be out soon, chat. That video will be out. As soon as I record, we're good. Video's coming out. And then we can vote on what the next video is going to be. Yeah. So yeah. I'm happy to be back. I'm happy to have my time spent in my own house. Like I said, if I just lived alone and had Abby, dude, she would be perfect, but I do not live in that life. No more boring Tuesday and Saturdays. Yippee! Yippee! Now I can talk about D&D. Honestly, chat, we might not even play any video games tonight. I might just talk for 2 hours and then get off stream because I am still a little tired. But, D&D, dude. D&D was so bad today in like a in the game way, not in like it was an unfun day. Yeah, sorry, I'm resetting my chair. Because I'm a weirdo who sits with my chair at like max height, even though I don't need it at max height. So I don't know what to recap about D&D, I'm gonna be honest. So I'm just gonna go at it. Basically, we help the cultists accidentally. Well, we helped people, and then we found out they were cultists after the fact. And basically, we figured out, right, we were trying to help them find a tunnel. That tunnel was collapsed, and they're gonna mine it free, and we didn't really know why. As we found out, kind of through a long roundabout way, that they're cultists. It's bad news bears, and they're gonna try and tunnel their way through, because in the middle of the tunnel goes to where they're from, right? So it's basically a little highway for them to use. But also, roughly somewhere in the middle of said tunnel is magic shit that they're looking for that will allow them to activate archways that are scattered around the region and turn them on, because they're teleporters. And so basically they'll have the ability to mass teleport evil people wherever the fuck they want from their homeland, which is not good. Unfortunately, we didn't know any of this. And so we led them right to the tunnel and left them to work on mining it. And so we're like, oh, fuck. That's not good. I mentioned it like a while ago. I got a letter in payment to murder someone because I'm an assassin rogue. And so I got paid to murder the local priest. And I just kept... during downtime, I would just stalk him to see what he did, and he never did anything interesting, unfortunately. So I finally had my chance to like confront him, so I snuck up on him while he was asleep and woke him up. He said some kind of racist shit to me, not gonna lie, because I'm a tiefling. He said some fucking racist things to me, because everyone says racist things to tieflings. Because I was like... And he already didn't like me, to be fair, on top of that. He already didn't like me because he thought I tried to poison somebody. Which I totally didn't, chat. That's not real. I mean, it's only poison if you're evil, because it was holy water, so get fucked. Wasn't it a weird cult that wanted you killed or something? No, it was a cult with a bunch of, like, demon iconography. And so they said their religion would be kind of offensive to me, and so they would be offensive to your kind and wouldn't talk about it. Right? So I was like, alright, well, it's a little weird. But anyway, so I talked to the priest, and he's like, oh, what is the meaning of this? And I'm like, you chill the fuck out, like, hold on a fucking minute. You know, let's talk a little bit, because I have him at sword point. Like, I waited till he took off all his armor, went to bed, snuck into his room, put my sword at his throat, and then fucking woke him up. And so he, you know, waked up to this. Not the greatest, you know, meeting to ever meeting. There we go. And so yeah, I'm like, hey, someone's paid me to kill you. Isn't that a little weird? He's like, well, are you an assassin? I'm like, that's irrelevant. And I whip out the letter, because in the letter it specifically said, hey, kill the priest. The priest is not as he seems. And I'm like, what do they mean by that? What do they mean he's not as he seems? What does that mean? Right? Like, what is that? What's up with that? Because as far as I can tell, you are the most boring motherfucker on the planet. You seemingly don't do anything. What's up with that? Also, the song's a bop. It's Beats in My Head from Street Fighter 3rd Strike. I don't remember the chick's name, but that's the African chick's stage that has like the capoeira moveset. Anyway, Her stage is an African savannah. And he, you know, and I was like, you know, he's like, well, I would expect this from one of your kind. And I'm like, all right, racist, calm down. I'm kind of on your side, because I genuinely can't. I'm chaotic good, right? I can't really come up with a good fucking reason to kill you, right? I'm told you're not as, people told me you're not as you seem, and I can't find a reason. I can't find what this not as you seem part is, and I'm not gonna kill you unless I can figure that out. So you've been gone for so long? No worries. Can't watch stream tonight though? That's okay. It's the first stream back in like 2 weeks anyway, because I had a hiatus. You can enjoy the picture of the cute dog on your way out. And so, yeah, he's like, I mean, you know, religious symbol to my head, you know, good religious symbol to my head, bonk, doesn't hurt me, I'll drink holy water. And he reaches for holy water. I'm like, hold on a minute. Drink my holy water, because I had holy water on me. He drinks the holy water, he's fine. So I'm like, okay. He's probably not bad then. I'm like, alright, well, shit. What do you think's paying me? And apparently, I guess we didn't tell him about the cultists or whatever. And so I told him about the cultists, and he's like, oh. You need to kill anybody who is a member of these cults. Like, it is a kill on sight kind of deal. Get rid of them all. I saw the comment, don't worry. I've been gone for a while too anyway, so it kind of worked out. And so, yeah, so I'm like, all right, well, that's a problem. Could have kind of helped them. So, and we kind of basically figured out, oh shit, there's something in that tunnel they're trying to get to. That's why they wanted to get there. And so we're like, okay, well, we need to get to them and kill them before they can get to that tunnel, right? We did all conveniently get busy at the exact same time. Yeah, it kind of worked out. We need to catch up to them before they get to that room, otherwise we're fucked. And so we go out to caves that we know are connected to things. We know that when we go to caves that we've been, you know, a cave system that we've been to before that we know is connected. Except now there's zombies guarding all the fucking caves. So that was weird. So we kill a couple, go in, hunt around that cave for a while. We come out because we realize it's the wrong cave. And then we go into a different cave that ends up seemingly being the right cave as far as we can fucking tell. Alright, good night, Waffles. Sleep well. And so we go into the correct cave, it seems. And we don't get very far before we immediately have problems, right? We get in, we go in, we take a couple of turns, we see two doors and a pathway, we decide to take the pathway, and we look left, we get a T intersection and we look left. And there is like a weird spooky altar. And I'm like, okay. So we go in, some of us. I had to roll a willpower saving throw twice. BTW. DM did not tell me why I had to do that, so I am spooked. There's a running joke that I feel fine. I think we talked about it previously. The I feel fine joke. Well, it happened again. And so I get, you know, I'm chaotic good, and so I have to roll a willpower saving throw when I walk in. I fail it. But apparently nothing happens, and I'm like, a little weird. And then I notice they have really fucking valuable shit that I immediately fucking steal. And then I have to roll a willpower saving throw again, which I also fail. It has no immediate effect. I just feel fine. And then a gong starts playing at some point after someone else did something different. And we're like, what? And then 15 zombies appear? I think there's like 15 zombies appear. And we're like, uh-oh. Fight those zombies. It goes okay. You know, some people get banged up, but we're pretty much okay. Kill those 15 zombies. Or whatever the fuck we had to fight. We're like, okay, cool. And then someone else does something different or whatever. Yeah, we fought zombies, and then one of our players started doing some weird fuck shit because it's run by a stupid child. And he always does random shit. And then a gong starts playing, and then 20 more zombies appear. 20. And by the way, these aren't normal zombies. These zombies have weapons and armor. Right? They're not doing punches and bites. They're swinging cleavers and spears and shit and have armor. So it's like a very big uh-oh. So they're not pushovers by any means. And zombies, for those of you who don't know, when they hit 0 health, unless you crit them, they roll like a saving throw, like a constitution or a strength saving throw. And if they pass it, they just don't die. They just come back to life, right? You can kill them and they just don't die, and you have to kill them again. And so when they're using fucking spears and shit, or, you know, and they have armor, like armor class 14 and shit, they're a little spooky. And then on top of that, there's fucking 20 of them. And so we're fucking fighting them. It's not looking great for us. It's kind of getting bad. And then one of our members, who's fighting on the front line, notices there's more coming. But not zombies, skeletons. Even more behind the 20 zombies. There is an indeterminate amount, an ever-increasing number of skeletons. And we're like, oh no, bros, this is not good. Oh, I forgot to mention the important part. When I talked to our priest, and I said, well, what do you think I should do then if you're, you know, like, who paid me to kill you? And he pointed me in the direction of a different priest, who he said was a traveling priest, who came in and worships, quote-unquote, good gods. Which for D&D is really fucking weird. Right? He doesn't worship any specific god. He just worships good gods. That is fucking bizarre. And very suspicious. So I attempt to sneak and spy on him. I get caught. We play it off. And we have a conversation. We invite him to go to the cave with us. This is important for later. So he's in the cave with us. He misses every attack, by the way. He never once hits an attack this entire fucking adventure. This prick. And so we're, you know, he's with us. Because we're kind of hoping he does something and then we can kill him. And so we're hoping he does something so we have an excuse to kill him. But he's not done anything entirely suspicious in general. And so we're going to this cave and 15 zombies, we beat those. 20 zombies appear, we're trying to beat those. And then on top of that, we see, you know, our taller members can see there's an unknown, I think he saw 8 at the time, but the number was actively increasing skeletons. And we're like, holy shit, dude. This is getting bad. Like, bad. And so we decide we're gonna try and back up down the T intersection to where we came from. And there's a room with a door, and we know it's just one room. We'll back up into that room, and then that way only only if we camp the doorway, only 2 of the 20 zombies can attack us at a time. Where instead of like the 4 that is now, right? And so they want me to go for it. And so I book it down this hallway, good old Baller Malik. I book it down this fucking hallway, throw the door, as I go to open the door, I don't remember if I opened it technically and ran in, or if they opened it, but I open the door, and there's fucking cultists in the door that just decided not to come out of their fucking room this whole time. And are just fucking sitting there. 4 of them. And so it's like, well, that's not good. So now technically, they're still in their room, so they're not in the hallway, so we're not entirely sandwiched, but we're impending on, we're about to get fucking sandwiched. Is bad. And these cultists have chain mail, so they're a little higher AC than I am. And they're like, okay, well, this is a problem. By the way, all the cultists have the spell command word, which they can just say any one command, and you have to do a willpower save to see if you do it. And so, I think it was yeah, and so the cultists, we had fought cultists previously, and, because I think there was some cultists with the 15 zombies or whatever, and they also have a spell. I don't know what it is. I don't know exactly. The DM described it as some black goop thing that like smacks into you and does necrotic damage. They also have that spell. But they're nerds, right? They're spellcasters, so their HP isn't particularly high. They just have really low HP, but really high AC. So if you hit them, they basically die. But you have to be able to beat the AC. And not die before then, because they hit you with absurdly painful spells. And so, our barbarian catches up with me. Their turn rolls around. They look at me and they tell me they do a command spell on me and tell me to flee, to leave. I beat it, so I don't listen to the command. I beat the saving throw. Then another one looks at our barbarian and he says, command spell, flee. And our barbarian fails. So our barbarian just fucking leaves. He just has to spend a turn leaving. As far as he possibly can. Leaving me to 1v4 these cultists. Now, our barbarian raged, and he's a wild magic barbarian, which is every time he rages, a random effect happens. And he had the random effect of he shot out like a beam of light out of his body, and it blinded one of the cultists. So there's 3 cultists, and one of them is blinded, and I'm an assassin, and if I get a surprise attack on anybody, it's a free crit as long as I hit them. And the group fighting the zombies is getting swarmed, right? Which is my brother and like a couple other people. And my brother's they're legitimately getting tidal wave swarmed, and it's getting really bad over there. And I'm like, okay, well, I don't want to just bail. I want to, I want to clear out these cultists, and if I can just get lucky enough, I can kill them, and I can clear the back, I can clear our escape route. Right? And I'm like, I don't really feel like I have a choice. Now, they had already hit me with a black, weird, inky spell, whatever the fuck that was supposed to be. And it does a lot of damage. I don't remember how much exactly, but it did a lot. So I'm very low on HP. It is not looking good. Right? We're dying up by the zombies, and we're getting overwhelmed, and even our tank is starting to get close to dying. I'm really close to going down. It's looking bad. So I'm like, okay,
if I hit the blind guy, I will probably one-shot him, because as long as I can hit him, it's a crit, right? It's a surprise attack, right? He will die. Problem is, and typically I would get to roll advantage on that. Problem is they're wearing amulets that make any attacks on them done by a good character at disadvantage, meaning my advantage just evens out to a regular dice roll. So even under good situations, I'm not rolling at advantage, I'm just rolling regular. And so I'm like, I gotta start fucking nailing these guys. So I use my bonus action to do cunning action and disengage, and I dive through the two enemies to get to the one guy who's blind, who's in the back of the room, and I go to hit him, I do the roll, and I realize I rolled really bad, I'm not gonna hit him. But I have luck, so I spend a luck. I had 2 luck at this point, so I spend a luck. I'm down to 1 luck. Roll again, I definitely miss again. I'm like, okay, this is bad. Spend a luck, I roll again, I'm out of luck now. I can hit. I hit him, 1 shot, bam, he instantly dies. I do like an absurd amount of damage. I turn around, all 3, because my fucking partner got command spelled fleed, I'm all alone. So it's just me. The 3 other cultists turn around. By the way, chat, I only have about 8 HP at this point. I have about 8 HP. And my max is 28, if I remember correctly. The 3 remaining spellcasting cultists that I'm 1v4ing, now 3ing, their turn rolls around. They turn around, look at me, all 3 of them cast the exact same spell on me, and hit me for 58 points of damage. Actually, I think it was 54 points of damage. 54, chat. 54 points of damage. My max is 28. And I was only on 8 HP at this point. Had they done 2 more points of damage, chat? Had they done 2 more points of damage on their damage roll, they would have disintegrated me, because you immediately die if they do double your health in damage. They were 2 points away. So I don't disintegrate, but I drop. I'm unconscious on the floor, dying. Damn, yeah, damn indeed, it got bad. And then, as people are, trying to escape the fucking zombie horde, the guy that we were kind of investigating, he starts running back as well. And he sees this room of cultists, and he sees me on the floor dying as they're standing over me. And our DM goes, he casts a spell. And we're all like, oh yeah, let's go. Thank God he's there to save me, because if all 3 of the surviving cultists all just use their turn to just whack me on the ground, I'm dead. I'm just done. It's over. It's like, okay, thank God, he's been casting damaging spells this whole time. He just fucking misses every time. And yeah, our DM's like, yeah. Okay, so he goes up to you, and he's at the doorway, and he casts a spell, and we all go, oh, thank God. And then the DM goes, he casts inflict wounds on Baylor. And we all went, what? What do you mean? So this motherfucker runs back, sees the 3 cultists standing over me, and casts inflict fucking wounds on me. So we know we gotta kill this motherfucker now. Here's the problem, though. The only person who could have seen it is me. And I'm unconscious, so I don't see it. No one else in the party also sees this. So we have no idea he betrayed us. So fuck that guy. And so I immediately lose a death save. So I'm down to 2. And I haven't even rolled once on my death saves. So I've already got an immediate failure. So the shit's looking real bad for me. Because it don't seem like the rest of the group is gonna be able to escape in time. It ain't looking pretty. I mean, my brother who's tanking is like on the verge of dying. No one else, all our squishies can't take any more damage. They're all really bad. Like, it's just... My brother, like, half the zombie... Like, my brother's fighting, like, 4 zombies, like, behind him, which are all getting advantage attacks. Like, it is just... Like, my brother, like, I'm dying, and my brother is just telling everyone else, just, like, just fucking leave. Just fucking leave me. Like, I'm not... I can't make it out. I'm surrounded. I literally can't... If I fucking move, I take, like, 1, 2, 3, 4, like, 5, 6, 7, 8, like, 9 opportunity attacks. Like, I'm dead. I cannot move. I will take 9 opportunity attacks, and they will fucking kill me. It's fine. Just fucking leave me. Right? And then, you know, I'm fucking bleeding to death. Getting fucking practically stomped to death by these 3 fucking cultists and this betraying ass cleric. Which no one knows of because none of them can see this. And so my brother basically does like this last ditch. They start backing up. Our fucking barbarian comes back, intimidates the cleric to go into the room, in theory, to help me, because it looks like he being a coward and not being betraying. He's just being a coward. And he legally complies to the intimidation, but doesn't actually help. Eventually gets intimidated to help me not die. He doesn't end up doing anything about that. My brother does this crazy last-ditch action disengage bonus action shove to basically blast through the rest of the zombies. The DM still even though he used his action to disengage, the DM still makes him roll advantage opportunity attack. So I don't know what that was about, but whatever. I roll my death save, fail. I'm on my last death save. If I fail my next roll, I'm just fucking dead. As they are fucking desperately trying to escape. I roll my next death save. Success. Okay. I'm not dead yet. Mugu, our barbarian, because there's a child, so he decided to name himself something stupid. He and our, he goes in. He and his dad, who's playing an artillerist, artificer, kill off the rest of the cultists. By the way, while I'm literally on the verge of death, the child decided to go for fucking style points on a kill. Even though, for the first time ever this entire campaign, we are actually unironically on the this is the first time we've ever really been in danger. And we're, like, really in danger. Like, none of us have ever... My brother got a little close to going down one time. That is as bad as it's been this whole fucking time. And he's the tank, right? So he just kind of ate shit. Like, it was fine. This is the first time we are on the verge of losing our damage dealer, our tank, our, like, one of our spellcasters, our druid. Like, we are on the verge of a total party kill. Alright, we're on the verge of fucking TPK. And our fucking stupid child player is going for fucking style points over my dead body. Which did unironically make me a little mad. And so it's like they managed to kill off the cultists because, like I said, high armor class, low HP. So if you hit them, they just kind of fucking die. I just got fucking firing lined, so I didn't really get a chance to hit them after the first attack. And so my brother does his last ditch fucking burst through method. He takes a bunch of damage on the way out, but it works. Everyone else had kind of, we're trying not to abandon him, but we're continually, even though he couldn't back up anymore, they were still backing up continually, so they didn't get swarmed too. So like they had already kind of started to leave. And so Barbarian fucking hoists me up onto his shoulder. Artificer uses his last spell slot to fucking save the dying, so I'm stable now. I'm at 1 HP and I'm stable, but I'm still unconscious. And we just barely are able to flee this cave without anybody dying. I mean, it was fucking close. We barely make it out. I mean, I was right there to die. I was fucking right on that edge, dude. One death save throw goes wrong, I'm fucking dead. Any of the cultists, if the cultists had not got attacked, right, if people hadn't shown up exactly when they did, one of the cultists just would have fucking murked me. Just right then and there, just with one of his fucking maces or whatever, just fucking bonk, I'm dead. Right, I was saved by like a couple of like player turns, just fucking barely. Fucking insane. So yeah, shit got real real quick. Right, with how fucking spooky. Because pretty much everything, even when we fought things that were hard, we're still kind of easy. This is the first time we've ever had a real challenge, like at all. And that real fucking challenge was like apocalyptic end of the fucking world level difficult. Right? So I'm convinced that the cultists already made it to the portal. They've already activated the portal. And that's where all this horde of zombies and skeletons and all this shit's coming from. They've already beat us. This is the fucking endgame scenario that we were supposed to fucking avoid. And then we were kind of joking. We're like, well, hey, did we at least level up? Ha 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 ha. Because we killed so many things and we were already close. And he was like, well, you can't level up until you're at a safe location. And we were like, well, I mean, we're going back to the keep. He's like, yeah, I mean, I don't know how safe I would call that place. And we were like, huh? What happened to the keep? And then I realized, oh no, if my theory about the portals being open is correct, that means if they actually open the portals, that means that they probably opened the portal that's right next to the keep. Because we were talking and we're like, oh shit, dude, we run back to the keep, we're gonna have a siege, right? Like, the undead army is gonna keep fucking coming, and we're gonna have to do a big siege defending the keep, right? Like, it's gonna be this big fucking dramatic ass fucking siege. But then he said that, and I was like, oh shit. The other portal. Is the fucking keep already under siege and under attack? Like, is it that bad? Like, is that what he means? Oh shit, if that's what he means, we're fucked, dude. It's bad. I better hear about your revenge on this goofy ass cleric in 2 weeks. The problem is Well, one, my brother said that he thinks the cleric didn't actually follow us out of the cave. He thinks he stayed. I'm not certain on whether or not that's true or not. And the problem is no one saw him betray us. Technically, no one knows. He attacked me while I was unconscious, so I don't know. And once everyone else showed up, he didn't do anything. So none of us actually know that he betrayed us. So, but my brother doesn't think he actually, I think he stayed in the cave and we already were suspicious of him. So we can kind of assume by this point that, that we kind of know. So yes, if I don't get this fucking kill on this guy, if I do not get my revenge on this fucking cleric, this I worship quote unquote good gods fucking cleric, if I don't get my fucking revenge, I'm gonna be very fucking mad about it. Because that is, he pissed off the one fucking guy who can actually hunt him down and kill him. He pissed off the fucking assassin who, if I get a surprise attack, I get advantage on my roll, and if no matter what I roll, it's a fucking free crit and he dies, right? My normal damage is a 1d8 and a 2d6 times 2 because of crit, right? So I roll a lot of dice. So if I fucking sneak attack this guy, he's fucking dead. He will not survive. There is no way he will survive a sneak attack. He will just fucking die from, like, there's no way. There's no way he survives that attack from me. So that motherfucker, if I find him and I sneak up on him, he is dead. He will not live. So, yeah, that was D&D. Shit got real. Shit got really fucking real. Real bad. Real fucking bad. Like I said, we think they got to the portal and we're kind of in a apocalypse level scenario now. It's not good. It's not good. And that's where we ended. We actually, because we play at the library, we actually like begged the library to give us extra time that we would normally not get, because by the time we would have ended, like the normal time where we would have ended would have been in the middle of that fucking fight when things were going south, and we were like, oh no dude, we can't stop and come back on this, we gotta do this now. So yeah, that was D&D. Shit got fucking bad. So like, dude, I was sitting there like, dude, I'm gonna have to fucking roll up a new character. Dude, Valor's not gonna fucking live. This might be the end of fucking Valor. This might be it. Luckily it barely was not. Valor somehow fucking lived through that. But like, dude, I was already like, well, maybe I'll play a paladin or a cleric. What's a good name for him? Right? Like, I was just so fucking convinced it was over. Oh my god. So bad, dude. Our DM being like, oh yeah, the cleric. He casts a spell. And we're all like, yeah! And of inflict wounds on Valor. No! Oh, dude. Fucking hell. So yeah, now we have all that suspense to deal with until next time. I think we agreed that we're not gonna do top secret next time, and we'll just do D&D instead since we're so close to the end. But yeah, I'm not sure how the fuck we're supposed to come back from this exactly. Right, if the portal's fucking open, I don't know what the fuck we're gonna do. We can't just fight mass-produced hordes of like 20 zombies over and over and over and over and over and over and over. Like that's just not gonna fucking happen. So I don't know what the fuck we're gonna, I don't know how the fuck we're gonna fucking save this. But it ain't, Chad, it ain't looking good. It ain't looking good. What would help if we is, well, I'm gonna be honest. Our barbarian, who's played by a child, not that helpful. And our fucking druid, which is the closest thing we have to a healer, is played by a lady who isn't very fucking helpful either. To be perfectly fucking frank, she leaves a lot to be desired. She could achieve significantly more in her turn than she does. But she just doesn't fucking think, right? She just doesn't think. So we just lose a lot of advantages in spite, you know, we just lose like a bunch of bonuses that she could be doing because she just, you know, doesn't think of it, or, you know, whatever. But it's just like, all right, well, it is what it is. But yeah, so that's D&D and watching the dog and etc. A little spiel about the video being out soon. What else do I have to talk about? I'm honestly not sure. Am I running out of things to yammer on about? While I was dog watching, the guy I was dog watching for, he has Xbox Game Pass. And he has an Xbox Series X, S, whatever the fuck it's called. Fucking stupid ass naming system. And so I was able to kind of play whatever I wanted. And I decided to play Deathloop, which I had heard mixed things about. A lot of people said it was good, and then a lot of people said it was not that good. And because it's made by Arcane, who did Dishonored, other game, Prey, 2016 or whatever year that came out, 2019, I don't remember. Not the OG Prey from like 2007. And like a couple other games I don't remember off the top of my head. But they're generally considered a very good dev team. And then, you know, Deathloop came out and they kind of got this mixed kind of reaction. And largely the reason people don't like it is because they've done because the whole point of Deathloop is you have to, it's kind of it's Majora's Mask, right? The world doesn't end, but the game resets at the end of the day back to the, you know, the beginning of the day. And so you have to, and basically the point of the game is you have to kill every specific named enemy all in one day cycle to break the loop. But if you die, you know, every time it loops, you lose all your stuff, although that quickly becomes not a thing. And so you kind of have to keep doing this loop over and over and over and over until you kind of get everything right. And so the people who don't like it typically go, well, in Prey, there was an expansion DLC thing they did that's its own campaign that is basically just Deathloop, but with more things and less problems. And so it's like, well, if they've already done this better as a DLC, and the DLC has more going on than the actual game, what the fuck's up with that? And I've played both now. I haven't beat both, but I played both, and I kind of get where they're coming from. There's a lot more going on in the Prey DLC than there is with Deathloop, right? Like, Deathloop is weird in segmented levels, and you choose a time of day to go to what level, and when you do that, it spends that time of day instead of just having a real clock going 24/7 as you move around. The missions, the like kind of general idea of killing the different people that you need to kill, is more, it's less of a, oh, you know, they exist on the map and you have to learn their schedule and learn everyone's schedule in a row, you know, to try and do the thing. Not really. You more have to, like, you have to go through the mission lines to really get a chance to kill them. You have to, like, kind of do it in the way the game wants. You know, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, to try and get them to be able to kill, like, even get a chance to kill them. And, you know, because the game is segmented and not a full open world where the AI just kind of goes through its whole schedule every loop, right? So there's just like a kind of lot, there's a lot to be desired about the whole experience. And a lot of the game is, you go to A, realize you can't do A, so you go to B, but you can't do B, so you go to C to find a code for B, and then you find the code, and then you go back to B, but then you realize you can only put in the code at a different time, so then you just either fucking wait, or, you know, you go do something else, and then, you know, it's just like a lot of you just have to follow the line, and it's just kind of right? It's just kind of whatever. Where in the DLC, it basically has none of the problems I just mentioned. It just has none of that. Who's Voxel in the description? A friend of mine. But because stream is stupid, I always forget to redo the description. I always import it from my last stream, and I just forgot to fucking take their, they're not, I did a collab stream with them and I just forgot to take it out, I guess. So yeah, that's a friend of mine who I do collabs with every once in a while. That would be who that is. But anyway, yeah, so Prey is just kind of, Prey's DLC, Moonbreaker or whatever, is just kind of Deathloop, but better. Now, Deathloop does win in the aesthetic department, because Prey is space Art Deco, and I really like Art Deco, but it's not like super heavy Art Deco. It's kind of like Art Deco inspired, where Deathloop is groovy, like 60s, like groovy futuristic 60s with a boppin' soundtrack and an insanely good aesthetic, right? That is like the one thing Deathloop has, is its presentation with its menus and the music and the characters. Like, all that is very good. It fails at every other aspect, though, unfortunately. And the other big one that I ended up playing more of is Persona 3 Reloaded, which is the remaster to Persona 3, which is my favorite Persona game. And kind of annoying because Persona 3 Reloaded... Persona 3, for those of you who don't know, is the only game in the Persona series where we don't have a perfect version to play. There is no definitive version of Persona 3 to play, right? There's Persona Persona 3, Persona 3 Fez or FES, people just call it Fez, Persona 3 Fez, and Persona 3 Portable. You can kind of ignore regular Persona 3, and it's mostly just Fez or Portable. The problem is Fez has a couple of bugs. You cannot control what your party members do. But it has an expansion and the most amount of content in it. Portable, on the other hand, has bug fixes, but lets you control your party members by default. We'll get to that. Has bug fixes, has, lets you control your party members, but has less content in it, but not exactly. Oh, and because it's on the Portable, it's not 3D. It's 2D until you're in the dungeons, and then it's 3D. So the game's less pretty, less immersive, all this stuff. But what Portable does have is it has the female main character storyline, where you can make your character female, and it completely changes the game. The soundtrack changes, the UI changes, some of the storyline changes, a big deal. So the problem is you either play Fez, which looks better, sounds better, has some issues, but is generally has more content and is more, aesthetically pleasing. Where if you play Portable, you're playing a better general gameplay, but it loses so much, right? You have a better dungeon experience, but the rest of the game is way worse, right? And so there's no definitive correct answer on which version of Persona 3 you should play. And so what fans really want is they want a definitive edition that has the epilogue and all the stuff in Fez with the 3D, but then has the female main character and all the quality of life updates of Portable. We wanted that for a long time, but we never got it. And then they said, "Oh, we're porting. We're gonna make a definitive edition for Steam," and we got really excited. And then all they did was do a shitty AI upscaled port of Persona 3 Portable and just throw that on Steam, and it's not even good. And we're like, "Oh, well, that's unfortunate." And then a year or two passes, and they announce, "Oh, they're remaking Persona 3," and we're like, "Oh shit, this is the chance for them to do it." And then it doesn't have any of the extra bonus stuff from Fez. It doesn't have the female main character from Portable. It basically is missing any, it's basically the base version of Persona. It's not even Fez or Portable. It is the basic bitch version. But now it costs $70 and lost a lot of its aesthetic value to being the same, very similar to Persona 5. And it had its soundtrack redone, but it has a bunch of quality of life updates. The soundtrack got redone, and I don't like the new soundtrack. It got new voice actors, and I don't like the new voice actors. And then it's $70, which, by the way, Persona 3 Fez came out in 2007 for $30. Right? It came out for $30. They're trying to now sell it in the modern day to be $70. With less content than the original had. That bothers the fuck out of me, so I refused to buy it when it released, even though I really badly wanted to. Also, I don't want to throw $70 at a video game. And so but because I'm watching that person's house, they have Game Pass. Persona 3 Reloaded's on Game Pass, and I was able to play it while I was there, and that was kind of fun. And yeah, like I said, the opinion I just gave is pretty much the same what I kind of concluded with. Although I'm not sure I like the way they rewrote certain characters. Certain characters are a lot of the dialogue, even just the beginning, right? A lot of dialogue got rewritten, and I didn't like it. So now I went through the painstaking process of learning how to play Persona 3 Fez on a PS2 emulator, which I've already done. Right, I already know how to emulate Persona 3 Fez on a PlayStation emulator. I can already do that, right? I already know how to do that. What I learned to do, though, is I learned to mod Persona 3 Fez and play it on an emulator. So I'm playing it on an emulator, and now it's modded. The Persona games sound interesting, but the price just seems a little mess. It's meh to me, so I just haven't touched it. If you want, play Persona 5 Royal, $60, and it gives you every DLC, everything in the game, right? It's the only way to buy the game now. Buy Persona 5 Royal, and you just get the whole fucking game. Like, all DLC, everything, just comes with it in one package for $60, which is more than fair. Or go on Steam and buy Persona 4 Golden, or I think it's on console too. Persona 4 Golden is $20. Gets you the whole fucking game of Persona 4 for $20. Works on PC great. I can attest to that. Obtain a dubiously legal copy of Persona 3 Fez and play it on a PS2 emulator for free. You know, there's ways around it. You could dubiously obtain copies of Persona 4 and Persona 5 if you wanted to, but there's ways around it. I definitely... Persona 3 Fez on a PS2 emulator for free is definitely pleasant, to say the least. But yeah, so I've fancily modded mine so I can control my party members, which is a cheat that you can do on OG hardware. You can do that on OG hardware. Like, it's actually a cheat in the game to turn on to let you control your party members that for some reason they just left as a cheat instead of just being in the game. So that's like not even a mod really. And then I just have it where it fixes, I don't do anything crazy. I just wanted the music to not be compressed, right? Because to be able to fit it on the disc originally, the music had to get compressed. So I have uncompressed music, and then I have like, so when you upscale things in games on an emulator, the 3D elements will upscale just fine. Any 2D elements will not, though, because they're not 3D, and they'll just basically upscale. They'll just make the image bigger, right? And so typically these low quality images are then put on a bigger screen, and they're upscaled the resolution, and so they just look worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. And so basically the mods I got just fix the music problems, take all the art, get the new version of the art that's at a higher quality, so it isn't like the art isn't gross. You know, just like simple stuff like that. Like I didn't, nothing gameplay really related or anything. I just wanted the text, because the text is all 2D, to not be like, you know, crunchy looking. So just stuff like that just fixes it to work a little better. Nothing crazy. Me and Stardew Valley are like this right now. Stardew Valley is an absurdly good bang to buck kind of game. Dude, you get... Stardew Valley is like, what, $20? Something like that? Let's check. Stardew Valley, $15. Not even on sale. $15 for Stardew Valley. I think it's 30. Steam says 15. Not on sale. It was 30 when you got it. I mean, yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. The price might have changed. You know, the price might have dropped. I don't know. It depends on when you got it. Maybe if you got it like when it released or whatever, then yeah, it might have been more expensive then. I don't remember what I paid for it. I don't remember. Got like 3 years ago too. Well, yeah, then, you know, I think it might have been more expensive back then. But anyway, I got it like way back when. I don't remember what it cost me back then. I got it on release back in 2016. Holy shit. No, that's a lie. I didn't get it in 2016. I got it 2019? Somewhere between 2018 and 2019, I think. It's 3 years old. No, that bitch came out in 2016. That bitch old as fuck. Yeah, it's 8 years. 8 years old now, right? That's how math work. So yeah, that game's very good though. Like $30, 30. Well, yeah, 2016 was 8 years ago. Well, yeah, I mean, 2 years from now, it will be 2026, which is 10 years after 2016. So you just minus 2. 10 minus 2 is 8. So that's 8 years, right? Like, I'm not good at mental math, but I think that's correct, right? I'm not stupid. Which, you know, a lot of my chat is significantly younger than me. So, like, in 2016, a lot of my chat was like, what? Fucking, I swear to God, a lot of them were like, what, fucking 5 fucking years old? Bro, I was busy in fucking high school back then. I was in high school that long ago. Ooh. Oh, I know, Egg, you're around my age, so you were in roughly the same spot I was at the same time. Dude, 8 years ago, I was 16. Well, I wasn't 16, but I was in high school. Oof, dude. I'm not gonna reveal my age. I will continually hide that by being vague. But, like, fuck, dude. I was in high school 8 years ago? That's cringe. That's cringe to think about. That long ago? Holy shit, dude. That's fucked up. That's very fucked up to think about. I don't like that. I don't know. That's I don't like that. I don't like that thought. Being a decade, thinking like, oh yeah, a decade ago I was in high school. That's not a cool thought. That's a thought I don't like to listen. I don't like that, chat. Anyway, chat. So yeah. I think I'm gonna get a job, chat. I'm gonna finally get a job, because I don't know what the fuck's going on with my family, but I think I can get a job and I'll be fine. So I don't know what job I'm gonna end up with. We'll see. But seeing people fantasize about 2014 internet trends and fan bases kill me. I mean, 2016 is really where the internet kind of forever went downhill. Job having Jingo. I know, because I wanted to get a job for a while, but I had business ventures that were going well. Like, voice acting was going well. You know, editing, doing video and audio editing for people was going well. So I didn't want to get a job, because that would actually take away from that. But a lot of that isn't working. But then the channel started to kick off, but the channel's not kicking off that well, right? So I just want to get like a normal job now at this point. I'm still gonna do the channel and all that and continue voice acting and editing if people give me the opportunity to, but I think I just want to also have a job to support myself. On top of that, basically have multiple business ventures going at the same time. Job and editing and voice acting and the channel, etc., etc. Just do it all at the same time. That will make making videos a little harder, but I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. It'll just be my free time thing, which I doubted would actually make me any slower. Alright. I'm thinking we wind down and end stream here. I'm thinking I'll get rid of the dog picture for now. I think we should wind down for the end of stream. We should have a Tuesday stream, I think. I think that's still on the docket. I think that's still gonna work. That should be good. I'll make sure if once I know that Tuesday's good, I'll make sure to make a setup stream on the channel so you can see it once I know. I know. It works out. I miss this. I'm happy to actually be back. I'm glad to be back streaming and finally working on videos again. I'm glad to be back. I'm happy about it. I look forward to achieving things again. But yeah, no, I think we're gonna end stream. I'm kind of out of things to talk about. Fishy and I had a whole boo-hoo because you were gone for so long. I believe it. You guys talk about fucking everything. You can yell at her for not being back at my return stream. You can yell at her for me about that. But yeah, I think we'll end stream. I appreciate everybody who came and said hi. Hopefully make another goblins. Hopefully it turns out well. Oh, sick. I look forward to seeing them. Yeah, I appreciate all you coming out. I appreciate it. I think I'm gonna head out for the night. Thank you guys for coming out. I appreciate it. Streams and videos are to return. And yeah. I will talk to you guys all later. Bye-bye.